Hey guys, this is Jason. Welcome to the video. I'm here with Clyde Maston, No More Fees LLC, and like the title said, how's it going, Clyde?
Good. Yeah, it's going great.
Sorry about that.
No problem.
Like the title said, basically we're going to show you an alternative to selling. A lot of you have been trying to sell your timeshare. The reason that I'm sort of interviewing Clyde here is because Clyde's been in the business, what's it been, over a decade?
Over a decade, Jason.
Yeah, so a long time. He used to sell timeshare. He's had a change of heart, and he started No More Fees LLC. And basically, I'm going to ask him a series of questions, and by the end of this video, if you stick around, you're going to get an amazing alternative to trying to sell your timeshare that's faster. It winds up being far cheaper, right, Clyde?
A lot cheaper, yeah.
And it's a breath of fresh air when you actually implement this.
It's gone.
It's gone,
yeah.
Basically.
Yep.
Okay, so let's get a little bit of your background though first, Clyde. I said you were in the business. Just to give people an idea of who you are personally.
Yeah, I actually, for about a decade, I actually sold what you folks are trying to sell at this point now, and I believed in the same thing that our guest watching this did. That timeshare was a great thing for families. It was a low-cost alternative, and most of all, it was a great plan that made families every year go on a vacation. And that was the whole magic behind the timeshares. And as I sold these things, hundreds of them, a couple years back, I started realizing that the fees outweigh the value for the first time.
Right. And it wasn't, not to cut you off, but it wasn't that way when they first started.
It was always a low maintenance fee.
I mean, let's be honest, it was a good thing to be in timeshare.
Millions of people bought them, and and I've had close friends of mine that have bought them and tried to sell them recently, and I actually did some reading, and it's less than 1% resell. You can go on eBay; they're selling them for $0, and just one of those things that you can buy that I don't believe you can ever resell. Right. That's what I found, and I met a lot of families and concerned families like we have watching now that have wondering questions. When do my fees stop raising? Never. When do when do these other fees stop? Probably never. What about my children? What if they don't want it? They probably don't. Because you can get a deal better online.
Right, and that's one of the main points we wanted to bring out in the video. I mean, I was online the other day, and basically, it's not that timeshare back when it started. Okay, let's like back in the '80s or whenever it came about, was a bad thing. It was an exceptionally good thing.
Everybody jumped on that ship. You bet.
It's just that. Over time, like everything else, economic times have outgrown it.
Right.
Okay, so I can go online and I can buy actually a very cheap vacation.
And you get better times what you want.
Right.
You being a non-timeshare owner can book a week at a more of a desirable spot than most of our people here can own in a timeshare. There are too many owners. There's not enough places to go, and it just turned out to be. That's why we started our business.
And that's what I found from people that have called in. Basically, they like to travel, but hey, let's face it, if you have to go to one specific spot and you can't always get the time slot you want, it gets to be a real pain in the butt. Not to mention you're paying astronomical fees on top of that.
The fees were, in the beginning small, and these folks will attest to that. And every year, all of a sudden, they go up, and they're going up, and they're going up, and they're not getting more time to vacation, so the value is way out of whack. And I feel for the people that are watching this video now. I know the issues they have. I know the phone calls they got, that at first, the first couple phone calls that you paid to sell your timeshare felt great, like you were doing a good thing. Paying that $1,000 because the person on the other end of the phone said, we're going to make you 20 grand on your timeshare. Everybody fell for that one because they wanted out.
So people are actually paying up front to even get their timeshare. Just to list it.
You bet.
Yeah, not to mention that, okay, they're paying the lump sum to list.
And
then they still
keep paying fees.
They're still paying fees.
I know people that have sold their timeshare that had it listed for now years and years. They're still paying maintenance. They're still not getting what they want. And it still is not sold.
Right.
And I haven't met somebody that has sold their timeshare.
And what a lot of people don't realize is, okay, even those first timers who are trying to sell, they'll come in and they'll pay the upfront fee.
Absolutely.
And what typically is that fee?
Anywhere from $500 to $2,000. And here's the sad part: not just first timers pay that. I have talked with numerous people that have done it 3, 4, 5 times because they get a new sales pitch a new phone call comes in, it's easy to find your folks' numbers. It's all in public record. So they get one company that comes in that fails, another one comes in and says why the previous company failed.
Right.
So they hit you up for $800, and they do list your timeshare, but the problem is there's nobody looking to buy your timeshare.
Before you know it, you got a $3,000 to $5,000 bill,
many times.
You're still not out of your timeshare. You're
still
paying
a proud
fees.
owner of what you don't want.
And let's talk about this. This is one thing that you told me. You talked about eBay that was striking to me, and I'm sure a lot of people have seen this. But what's going on eBay currently?
Well, eBay, I've met a lot of folks that say, well, hey, I'm going to sell my timeshare, and I'm going to, I may have bought it for $20,000 10 years ago. I'm only going to ask for 10 grand, and that's a good out for me. And if you go on eBay, and folks, you can do this with your own timeshare, put in what you own and take a look at what it's going for. You're going to see that they're going for $0. And why? People just want out of their maintenance fees. They used to list them for 10 grand, like you're thinking, or 5 or 20 or 30, and realizing, oh my gosh, I just want this dang thing gone, and they're selling them for free.
And that's something that the person who is pitching you on selling your timeshare is never going to mention. Hey,
less than 1% resale on timeshare.
Less than 1% resell, and basically people can't even give these away. I mean, let's face it, they're listing them for $0.
Let's ask these folks here. Would you want to give your timeshare to your favorite neighbor, to one of your family members, to somebody in your congregation? The answer probably no. Yeah. That tells you how easy they are to get rid of.
Right.
It's like saying, "Hey, I got pneumonia. I'm just going to give this to you, and you be happy with it."
Right. So that's basically that's
it's a fact, is what we're stating. I mean, we sympathize with these folks that we talk to, and it's just a straight fact that once you buy it, if you try selling it, you're still going to be owning it.
Right.
I mean, and these folks here that are watching, some have not tried selling, some have tried a million times, and it's the same result. They're going to be an owner.
And that's basically in a nutshell why the change of heart. So you started selling them way back in, like I said, you've been in over a decade in the timeshare business, and now the change of heart just because of economic times. But basically,
I don't like seeing people paying all these fees and not getting what they want. To me, that is a horrible deal. It's not right. When I can go as a non-timeshare owner and I can book a better week than a person that owns a timeshare, we have problems.
Right.
Major problems. And that's why we've been so successful and we have a wonderful business, is because of that.
So let's talk about the business. And I didn't mention this in the beginning, but we're a small Wisconsin-based company, no more fees. I'll lift up the camera here so they can see. This is our background. This is what we come to work to.
Yep.
Okay. Very small, very few employees. So beautiful view, beautiful small business. So let me ask you this, and it's a question on the minds of a lot of people. Okay, so we've talked about the selling, and a lot of people have tried to sell.
Right.
Let's move on into the alternative. What No More Fees does, basically, in a nutshell. We'll move into costs and time frames and things like that in a minute, but what specifically, how does this solution differ from selling, and why is it that somebody would want to use No More Fees to do this?
Well, if you want to list your timeshare, if you want to sell your timeshare, if you want to make money on your timeshare, we're not your company. We simply transfer your name off your ownership, and it's done in 4 to 8 weeks.
So fees done, you're out of the contract completely.
Done. That's what we do. We are probably one of the only companies out there that will tell you we make you no money. We simply transfer your name off, so the burden on you, your family, just the burden in general is gone.
Right, and that typically is a very simple 4-step process. Number one, at the end of this video,
call in.
There'll be a contact form. Simply enter your information, and usually 9 times out of 10, it's Clyde himself there in the video.
We only got me and a couple other people here. Yeah, this is where we're at. So
calling you back. Number 2, if you decide you would like to do it, number 1, there's no cost with just calling in. If, at the very least, he can answer a lot of questions you might have.
We do that a lot, Jason. We have people call in, and a lot of them we help, and a lot of them they want some advice. They want to know, what we're doing here, and they want to find out more. And we don't rush anybody. We have plans that will do immediate, same day. We'll do everything with you, and we have people that need a little bit of time.
Mm-hmm. And this is not like dealing with attorneys where you're going to get charged per hour. It's free to talk.
Hi.
I had to mention that. A lot of people.
Hey, put your info in below. We'll contact you. There is no fee to find out what situation you are in. We'll give you some suggestions on how we can help you, and if that's something you like Jason said, the first step is put your info down below. The second step is we send 4 forms out to you. Review them. If it's something that you want to go with, fill them out. We'll guide you on that if you need. Send them in to us, and you're done in 4 to 8 weeks. And like you said earlier, Jason, these fees, they're minimal compared to what you're paying in your maintenance fees.
Right, and this is something that shocked me, and you've been doing this a lot longer than I have, but what shocked me is actually this solution in the long run. Number one, is far cheaper than trying to list to sell in most cases. Yeah. Number two, it's cheaper than what you're going to be paying in your upcoming dues over the course.
Folks, take your maintenance fee. Let's use an average maintenance of $800. Times that over 10 years. That's considered a 10-year outlook. That's $8,000 with no inflation. We aren't even going to put in your II, your RCI dues, any other hidden fees that you may have paid in the past. That minimum is $8,000. Do you want to spend $8,000 in the next 10 years on something you don't want, and then the following 10 years repeating the same cycle, or do you want to save money and get it gone? Mm-hmm. That's what we do. Right. We simply will beat any outlook that there is.
Right. So call in if they decide they want to go ahead. It's 4 short forms. Yep. And then if they decide after looking at the 4 forms, and you'll walk them through those forms, obviously.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And if they decide they want to go ahead, it's just a very small one-time fee. Yep. And that's something that is determined basically off of
on what they own, what you currently own. Yeah. Absolutely. And like I said, you'll save your money. And we save people money that don't jump on board right away. Mm-hmm. We've done that where people call in, they want to know where they're at. Maybe they take a little time. Maybe they want to act now. Maybe they need a few months. Maybe they got one last vacation booked that they would like to use before they get rid of it and get into the lifestyle of just going online and booking something that you want at a lesser price. We are here for, we're here to help.
Right. Okay. So enter your contact information below, guys.
Yep, right down here.
Clyde, like I said, 9 times out of 10, he'll be the one contacting you back. Very friendly guy to speak with. Great smile. And
we're here.
And he will get back to you at the time you specify.
Absolutely.
It's been great speaking with you. Hopefully you found this video useful. Talk soon.